and today I'm going to share with you where I have been, because I'm sure you're wondering where I've been for the last 3 or 4 months, and I'm going to share with you our second grade curriculum for the 2022-2023 school year, so stay tuned. Welcome to the Firewife Lawyer Mom channel. Thank you so much for clicking on this video. If you are new here and you enjoy my videos, please make sure to hit the subscribe button. I would love you to join the Firewife Lawyer Mom family. I have had such a great time making videos and having this wonderful channel, and where I could share all of the resources that I use to homeschool. We are actually entering into our 3rd homeschool year, which I can't even believe that I'm saying my 3rd homeschool year, because we have had such a wonderful experience with homeschooling. We started this journey not really knowing where it was going to take us, and we absolutely love homeschooling our 2 beautiful girls, and we can't wait for what the future holds, and we can't even wait more for starting our new school year. And so today I'm going to share with you where I've been, and I'm not going to get too far into it because I really want to focus on our 2nd grade curriculum this video, but I wanted to share with you because I feel like if you've been watching my videos, you probably have been wondering what's been going on. So I'm going to share that with you along with our 2nd grade curriculum. So like I've always done, I'm going to flip the camera around, do some flip throughs of all the curriculum that I'm using for my 2nd grader, and you'll get an idea. I'm also going to post all of the resources that I use on the description box below so that you guys can not have to sit and write things down. You have everything linked below, okay? So my curriculum videos are super popular. I don't know why, I just share what I share, but people seem to like the pics that I have. They like the way that I go through the curriculum. We had a crazy homeschool year last year. When we started our homeschool year last year, we had moved to a completely new town, far away from where we are originally from, and bought a new house, moved at the beginning of the year, and it was just like, we could not catch up from the move that we made, all of the things, all of the new adjusting and the new chapter, everything. It was just kind of like getting through the years. So it was really hard for me to be able to post videos because we just had a super busy schedule. So I apologize for kind of being a ghost here on YouTube for a little while and not sharing as many videos, but we feel that we're right back on track. You know, towards the end of the school year this past year, we had to kind of drag ourselves to the finish line because it was just a busy season of life. And that's what homeschooling is all about, right? We adjust, it's a lifestyle, and we adjust it to the craziness, the busyness, the peace time, you know, the times where there's peace and tranquility and everything is moving. Well, you know, we have different seasons. And so it's important that our homeschooling reflect that when there is a busy time, that we kind of make sure we prioritize what we want to get done and all of that stuff. So YouTube, unfortunately, was just not a top priority that I needed to keep up on. And but I am really excited because I feel that I've really gotten the summer to really kind of decompress and get back on track and get organized with our new homeschool year, wrapping up our old homeschool year, and just enjoying the family and being together and going on some really fun vacations. So we were able to do a lot this summer, and I'm really excited to share with you that I have such great plans for this YouTube channel in the future. Definitely, we're going to be doing all week this week curriculum videos. So I'm going to share with you my 2nd grade curriculum, my 5th grade curriculum, our family subjects, and our morning time, which I have completely revamped. Also going to share with you our schedules, our routines, our flows. We have really looked at and observed the last 2 homeschool years going into our 3rd year. We've really looked back and seen what has worked, what has not worked, and I have kind of like revolutionized my homeschool year this coming year. I've like changed up a lot of scheduling and a lot of ways that we do things to make things easier, because of course with time and experience you adjust and you kind of find your rhythm and your groove. And that's what I think the first 2 years of homeschooling has been for us. So that is to say, I am super excited to share with all of you guys this coming 3rd school year. I renovated my entire homeschool room. It looks totally different. I can't wait to do my homeschool room tour and share with you how I organize, how I do all these kinds of things. It's just going to be an awesome, awesome school year. We're planning on starting at the second week of August. We're going to be starting our homeschool year. So get ready. You're going to see about 1 to 2 videos a week, hopefully. That's what I'm trying to stick to. If I do 1 a week, please forgive me if there's not 2, but I'm going to try my best to be more consistent here because I want to share with you. I have gained such great wisdom and such great resources from the homeschool mamas that are on YouTube that I feel like I need to give back, you know? And also I'm a big researcher, as I've talked to you guys before, and I love looking at the latest and greatest and the best homeschool curriculum and what's out there. So I would love to share all of that with you. And if you're new to homeschooling and this is your first year, I wish you an amazing year. But let's get started with our second grade curriculum. So as you guys know, we every year kind of reevaluate, and I have other videos which I will link of how I brainstorm curriculum, how I kind of reevaluate the year before, see what worked, see what didn't work. I have 2 very different children in the sense of how they learn, how I homeschool them, how they absorb information. I have a very, very tactile, hands-on learner, someone who kind of doesn't like the workbooks and the reading to her, and she kind of just needs to be doing stuff in order to learn it. She needs to have it hands-on. And then I have another learner who's like super independent, loves to read, kind of I can give her a lesson, she can do it on her own, she can teach it to herself. So I have really, really different spectrums when it comes to learning and to homeschooling. So the approach that I take is really important, and I feel that the curriculum that I choose reflects those. Now with my second grader, she's a very tactile learner. I have to do a lot of things that are going to keep her attention, to kind of keep her focused, keep her on task, and I need to incorporate that fun in learning. And so that is that's the kind of thing that I think about when I'm choosing curriculum for her. And now I have curriculum videos of how to choose curriculum and brainstorming and all of that, which I will link in the description box below. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to flip the camera over and I'm going to show you all the curriculum. Now my curriculum is kind of separated into different focuses, like I would say. I have the core, which is reading, writing, and math. This year we're really going to focus a lot more on writing and not just kind of copying sentences and free creative writing, but a little bit more structured. Now she's only in second grade, so it's not going to be too structured, but I do want to try to get her to understand the basic forms of writing. So we have a great program we're going to be using for that. And then other than the core, we're going to be doing social studies, we're going to be doing history, and we're going to be doing all the other things as family subjects. So pretty much it's reading, writing, and math. And if you see me looking over there, it's because I'm trying to remember all my stack over here of stuff. But it's going to be reading, writing, and math. It's going to be history and social studies, and then we're also incorporating religion as well. We are a Catholic family, and so catechesis is really important, so we're going to be focusing on that as well. All right, so I always create a course of study. I always kind of look at the bird's eye view of the year and see what do we need to tackle, what are some of the things from last year that she needs to work on this year that we kind of need to reinforce. I look at all of that stuff. Now there's 2 books that I use to kind of give me, well, there's actually 3 resources that I use to kind of get me to focus on what is the curriculum that I'm going to choose. The first one is Home Learning Year by Year, which I will link in the description box. That is a fantastic book that goes through each year of each school year and kind of gives you an overview of what that child is supposed to learn that year. I second of all look at what your second grader needs to know, which is another great resource that kind of gives you an overview. And then I look also at the standards in my state. Now, I know a lot of people that homeschool kind of don't want to go by the public school standards. They want to kind of feel that they want to be more child-led and don't really stick to like mirroring the standards of what other kids are learning. But I do like to look at it just to kind of get an idea so that my kids are pretty much close to the target of what other kids are learning, because I think that's important. And so I always print out the standards for my state. I live in the state of Florida for second grade. So I look at all of those things, and that kind of helps me to come up with a little checklist of what I want my curriculum to contain. So without further ado, let me kind of stop talking, let me flip the camera around, and let me show you what I'm using this year. All right, everybody, so let's get started with our second grade curriculum. So the first thing I'm going to be talking about is my reading curriculum. For reading, we're going to be using All About Reading. This is one of my favorite curriculums that is out there for reading. And we started All About Reading last year in level 1, and we absolutely loved it. It's such an interactive curriculum. It's so hands-on. The kids absolutely love the readers that come with it. So basically, it is an awesome curriculum for struggling readers, for readers who have dyslexia. It's just wonderful all around. Now, the reading curriculum actually comes with a teacher's manual, which I don't have it in front of me, but it comes with this activity book. And what happens, what you do is it's divided into lessons, and you have different sheets that include different activities that reinforce the concepts of the curriculum. So I really, really love it. But the best thing is they actually, every time they complete a lesson, they get a little sticker chart, and they're able to use the sticker chart and track their progress, which I love. And at the end of the curriculum, when we finish, I always tell my daughter, we're going to get you a little prize. You did such a good job. So it really helps motivate them throughout the curriculum and throughout the lessons. The best part of All About Reading, though, is their readers. They have fantastic, fantastic little stories that you can read that they're going to be reading to you. They have, what's great is that the teacher's manual actually gives you like questions and prompts while they're reading, so that they can kind of also work on their reading comprehension along with the actual reading lesson itself. Now, as you can see, the pictures are wonderful. And again, I'm sorry for the glare, but the pictures are, the illustrations are just absolutely wonderful. And the stories are just really, really cute. So this All About Reading Level 2 comes with 2 readers, the teacher's manual, and the activity book. Love, love, love that. All right, everybody. So the next one that I have is writing. Now, for writing, there's 2 different kind of ways I divide it. One is handwriting, which is actually, handwriting, and learning how to write, learning how to formulate sentences and paragraphs. So this program is called the Wonders Writing Curriculum. Now, this is a curriculum I think is used in a lot of schools, but I kind of fell into it just kind of perusing on Amazon, and I looked at it and I thought it was pretty cool. It's a writing workshop. Now, we're only going to be doing this on Fridays, so this isn't going to be something we're going to be doing every single day. And you guys are going to look at a lot of curriculum that I have. Please know that I don't do this all in one day or all in even 1 week. I like to divide things. I do a loop schedule, so we're able to get a lot of stuff in. So please don't be alarmed with that. But I love this writing curriculum because it goes over vocabulary. It has some strategies for comprehension, some skills. And it has different topics. And so what the child does is they read about the topic. So let's go to, here's some vocabulary. So let's go to the first lesson. So it talks here, how do friends depend on each other? And so you read the little story, and then you're going to write, about it. You're going to answer some questions, make some connections. So it also comes with this little practice book, which mirrors the lessons, and it asks different questions. It teaches elements of stories. It also talks about, fluency in writing. And so I really think this is going to help my daughter really kind of grasp the concept that it's not just about copying work or copying sentences, but that writing actually has something, beyond that. And I think this program is going to be great. I will let you know how it turns out, but that's what we're going to be using for writing. For handwriting, we're going to be using 2 different handwriting books. The reason why is because we just worked with this one last year, Handwriting Without Tears, and my daughter actually finished it way before the end of the school year. So she really likes doing the writing, so that's why I got a second writing book. But this she will be doing during our morning family time, just while she's listening to my read alouds. So that's what I love about it. And it's just 1 page a day. But we're going to go with Handwriting Without Tears. We've been doing Handwriting Without Tears actually since we started homeschooling. I love the program. It is a very gentle approach to handwriting. What I love about it is the way that it teaches and how it divides the letters, in the sense of, you learn each letter in the natural stroke that the letter actually takes to make. So I really love that. It really, my daughter had a really hard time and a really hard struggle with fine motor skills a couple of years ago. And so Handwriting Without Tears really helped us to kind of get her to understand and have good writing control with this curriculum. So we absolutely love it. So we're going to be going with Printing Power, and we're going to be going with Writing Our Catholic Faith. We are a Catholic family, and this is just going to be done in the second half of the school year. And I like it because it has little Catholic teachings within it and prayers and things like that. So I really love this curriculum. We have used it for a while. Next curriculum that I wanted to share with you is math. What are we going to be using for math? Well, we're going to be going with Tried and True Saxon Math 2. It's for 2nd grade. This is my favorite math curriculum. I use it for both of my girls, and the reason why I love it so much is because it is straight math. It literally does not have any frills, does not have any activities. It has some activities and some things, but when you teach the concepts, it is straight up math. And I find that if you have too much fluff or too much stuff going on with math, it kind of, the student can kind of get a little lost in that and not really end up understanding the concept. So I love Saxon Math because, number one, for the first 3 grades of Saxon, it actually has a script. And I love that because a lot of times math concepts for me, especially in the lower grades, it's kind of hard to find the words to say to teach. Like, I know how to teach, I know how to add and subtract, but how do you teach that to the students? So this is great. I've been using this since my first year of homeschooling, and my favorite thing was that it actually has a script. So it tells you exactly what to say to the student and how they are to respond. And that's kind of, you just follow the script. So it's very open and go, and I love open and go stuff. So we're going to be going with, again, our Tried and True Saxon Math. Now, continuing on with the language arts, we're going to be going with a few curriculums. So I don't use an entire language arts all-encompassing curriculum. I like to customize my language arts and kind of break it up into different sections, because there's certain curriculum that I like to use that for me has always worked well. Now, for phonics, I use Plaid Phonics. We've been using Plaid Phonics forever. It is a great curriculum. It's very colorful. The lessons are a couple of pages a day. Teaches the phonics rules in different ways, different little games. It's very, very repetitive, which I like. It really helps them doing the same concepts over and over. It's kind of a mastery approach, which I like. And Plaid Phonics has really been around forever, and I love the curriculum. So that's what we're using for phonics. For language arts, for language arts, we really don't do a full and all-encompassing language arts curriculum like you would find in, for example, The Good and the Beautiful. I like to use different curriculums to encompass a language arts. And what I do is I use first language lessons for the well-trained mind. We used level 1 last year, and we absolutely loved it. So we're moving on to level 2. What I love about it, again, it's a script, which I love scripts because it's open and go. I just read the script, and it teaches all of the grammar concepts in a very gentle way. It's very, very repetitive as well. My daughter really needs that repetition to kind of reinforce the skills that we are learning. So I love first language lessons for the well-trained mind. And then what I do is, because this curriculum doesn't really have a lot of activities that go with it or practice to go with the actual lesson. So what I like to supplement is with the Scholastic Grammar series. This is a great series. It pretty much mirrors the same stuff as First Language Lessons. And I love it because the lessons are very, very short. So she does 1 page a day. And it also includes, you know, definitions so that she can kind of see what that worksheet is going to be asking her to do. So we pretty much do 1 lesson of First Language Lessons, and then we reinforce it with 1 page of grammar. Now, for vocabulary and spelling, we are going to be using 240 vocab words that kids need to know. This is one of my favorite kind of, you know, hidden curriculums because not a lot of people know about it, and I really love it because it takes vocabulary words that kids that's in that grade level should know, and it breaks them up into fun little topics. So it has lessons that you can do like 1 every single day. And I think it's like 3 pages per lesson. But they're very simple. Again, very simple, very to the point. And I love how it separates like, okay, today, you know, the vocabulary list is going to be verbs. Today, the vocabulary are going to be sound words. So every week is a different group. So what I'm going to have her do is on the, you know, I'm going to have her do each of these pages per lesson, but then we're going to kind of try to make some sentences with each of the words every week so that we can reinforce whether she has learned the words for that week. But like, see how it'll talk about, okay, these are all words that have full or as their suffix. These are all character trait words. So what I love is that you're actually getting other concepts for reading, for all the other things, and you're doing it in this one vocabulary workbook. It's very, very thin. We actually finish this usually way before the end of our school year because it's just so simple and open and go. All right, so the next subject that I wanted to talk to you about is religion and catechesis. So for our religion curriculum, we are again a Catholic family. So we are going to be doing the Image of God series. And this is a series that is about sacramental preparation. My daughter is going to be entering into her communion year this year. And so this is going to really help reinforce the concepts that she needs to learn for catechesis. And I love it. It's very, very colorful. The lessons are really engaging. They're very, you know, simple, to the point. And we really love this curriculum. This is actually a new curriculum I've never tried before. So I will let you guys know if I like it. But it's really a fun curriculum, and we're excited to use that. Now, the last thing for my second grader that we are going to be doing is geography, history, and social studies. Now, like I said before, we are not going to be doing everything all at once. We separate this out through the year. So please don't be like, well, how do you get all of this done? There's no way. Yes, of course, I know that. But we spread it all out in a really, really great way where we do, you know, things twice a week and then we kind of loop around. So the 3 things I'm going to be using for her geography, social studies, and history, because I feel that even though we're going to be studying world history as a family, I really want to enforce the American history. I really want to be able to cover American history with her, but she's in 2nd grade. My older daughter's in 5th. So it's kind of hard at this point to really have them do it together and for my 2nd grader to understand. So I wanted to have something that was going to be more her level, that we can be able to go through basic American history that she can learn. And so I feel that these curriculums really cover what I need. Now, the history and social studies will be divided. Social studies will be the first half of the year, and our history is going to be, the American history will be the second half of the year. And I will do a separate video to show you how I break down all of these subjects. So don't worry about that. But what we're going to be using is, first of all, this is Abeka or America. It is just basically a history reader. And we're going to just read one lesson every, I think twice a week. We're going to be reading one lesson. It has some little, let me see if I can. So it has little questions, review questions after I read that she's going to be answering in her notebook. And it goes through just basic American history. I love the curriculum. It's a Christian-based curriculum, but as you can see, very colorful. The illustrations are great. And I feel that it covers like the basics, which is what I really want her to learn, is like the basics of American history. So she has an idea of our beautiful history. So that's what we're going to be using for that. And then for social studies, we're going to be going with the Scott Foresman Social Studies, People and Places. This is a curriculum that we used last year, and this is the second grade one. And I love this curriculum so much. Why? Because my daughter is a little bit, you know, she's got some learning challenges, and it's hard for her to really kind of sit for a long time and do a social studies lesson. And what I love about this book is that the lessons are extremely short. They are very simple and basic. They're to the point, and they cover a lot of different things. They also cover history stuff as well in this curriculum, but it really gets social studies concepts and breaks them down simply. There's a lot of little songs. There's also a lot of fun little activities. It also comes with a little workbook. Now, this is a hard curriculum to obtain because it's kind of old. It's not really in print anymore. So you'd have to really go on Amazon and look through used curriculum. I believe I bought mine used because it's hard to get. And you might have to pay a little bit more money, but I think it's worth it because it does have, you know, it has vocabulary words. And it's just very colorful, very engaging for the student. And it also, every lesson is very short. Like I said, the lessons are literally 2 pages. That's it. And it has a what did you learn at the end. So we kind of talk about that. We share together. We discuss it and make sure that she learned it. So we love it. It also talks a lot about like different heroes in history, different citizen heroes, you know, how you can really be involved in your community. And this is one of my favorite curriculums, and I really love it. Now for geography, it's going to be, again, we're going to use the Evan Moore Daily Geography Practice. I love this because it's a great way to incorporate geography and not have to spend a lot of time on it. This is something where it is daily practice, and the daily practice is super short. Like it's literally every day. As you can see, it's broken down into Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and then there's a little challenge. So literally one day they do this. One day they do it. It's literally takes you 5 to 10 minutes, not even 10 minutes. So I love this because it's giving the student some geography basis without having to really spend so much time. I think a lot of times, like in the geography and social studies, I find it hard to really incorporate it and have enough time to do it. So I think that these easy lessons, 36-week lessons, are going to be great for me to teach the geography concepts. And again, if there's something that she doesn't understand, we can always kind of go on that rabbit trail if we need to, but at least I know that we're getting that covered. So I love this program. Now, a couple other things that I use for second grade is I love Explode the Code. It's one of my favorite curriculums. Now it's just really easy. She's going to be starting on 2, which I don't have here, but I have 2, 2.5, and 3. My daughter loves doing Explode the Code. Like she asks me to do it. She's like, Mom, it's Saturday. I want to do Explode the Code. I don't know what it is that this program does, but kids like really love it. And I love Explode the Code too. So this is going to be used as well. All right, everybody, that's it. That's my second grade curriculum. Now, one more thing I wanted to add that I couldn't show you today was my spelling curriculum. My spelling curriculum is from the Moffat Girls, and it is a second grade spelling curriculum. You can see it right here, and I love it. So last year we used Spelling UC, and even though my older daughter loves Spelling UC, my younger one really didn't like doing it. The lessons were a little bit boring for her and repetitive for her, so I'm kind of trying something new with the Moffat Girls. I love Moffat Girls. I use a lot of her curriculum. She's on Teachers Pay Teachers. I will link her in the description box, but I'm going to be using one of her spelling curriculums she has, and it is a second grade spelling curriculum that has, I believe it's 36 weeks of spelling. What I love about her is that she really teaches to the standards. She shows you exactly what standards are being covered with her curriculum, and I really appreciate that. To show you guys that here, and that's what we'll be using, and I will link it below. All right, everybody, that's it. That is my second grade curriculum. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope that this helped you to kind of give you some ideas if you are looking for curriculum in certain areas of your homeschool. If you have any questions, please feel free to leave it in the comments below. Let me know what you think in the comments below of all of the curriculum I've chosen. Do you think it's good? Do you think it's solid? I don't know. Now again, I will do a separate video on how I break the curriculum down. I know it seems very overwhelming, but we do get all of it done by the end of the year. It's just the way that I break things down and the way that I spread it out throughout the year is what gives me the ability to do it. So definitely would love to know what curriculum that you're using, whether or not this curriculum works for you. As you can see, curriculum can be great for one person and terrible for another. So it's really depends on trying it out and seeing if it works. So that's pretty much it. If you love these videos, please hit the subscribe button. I'd love for you to join our Fireway Lawyer family, and I will see you in the next video. Stay tuned and take care. Bye-bye.